Welcome back to the GBGuns Armory series. Now, as a reminder, this is not a review video. This is the thoughts and feels part where, since I've already covered performance and facts and all that in the main review, article is in the pinned comment. This is where I give you a little more deeper thoughts and reflections, as well as where I'm looking to collect some thoughts and feels from you guys on stuff that ideally has been out for a while. Maybe you've had a chance to watch a few reviews or shot it or own one or things like that. This is a relatively new one. This is the BUL Armory Ultralight PRO. Now this is the tuned up version of my summer carry. I've been carrying the BUL Armory Ultralight and prior to that the SAS-2 Ultralight 3.25 as a summer gun because it's very lightweight and very small, but still 17 rounds. The Pro model includes this magwell, which I've attached. Did not use in the review, but I'm going to be using in some A/B testing coming up soon. And then we've got V6 porting on the barrel that definitely gets some work done. You can see the scorch there. That's just carbon that would wipe off if I wiped it off, but I haven't yet because I like to see how long guns go before they need a cleaning until I just get to the pity part where I just break down and clean it because I feel disgusting. So my thoughts on this one. I reviewed it with a dot. This is the O-Sight S, the new second generation of O-Sight. It is an enclosed circle dot with the whole recharging hood thing. That was pretty cool. I put that on there because it's a ported gun, and as a ported gun it has a blacked out front sight post, because one of the many compromises you make in ports, depending on where those ports are, is the inability to use a night sight or fiber optic sight. Now of course you can put one on there, but chances are pretty good that it's going to get scorched. I've done that myself with my Glock 34 and an old school ported barrel that Lone Wolf made back at the time that had 4 giant chunk ports that fit along the window of a Glock 34's slide. Fantastic, really worked, probably bled all the velocity off and definitely fried my night sights at the time. So, BUL Armory, knowing that even though these are V6 porting, it's off at angles, still there's a risk the front sight was blacked out. So since it was going to be blacked out, and since it came without the rear sight mounted, an adjustable target rear sight like on the regular Ultralight, I knew I was either going to have to mount the irons and zero it or mount a dot and zero it. So I said, why not? We'll just go with the dot. This is set up now with the magwell on it, kind of as a mini race gun, if you will. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about as a topic, is this concept of integrating competition features into carry guns. We know the automotive world benefits from that to some extent. The whole, well, it was originally a marketing stunt, you know, win on Sunday, sell on Monday, NASCAR, back when NASCAR was actual real cars and not one-offs constructed for the sake of the race. The competition world, because of competition, drives innovation and improvements, and I think that's one of the things that has made BUL Armory such a fine handgun maker, is they are deeply rooted in the competition world. And then, you know, somewhat recently, relatively, for the US market, began making carry guns and everyday guns, taking what they've learned from the competition world and working it into carryable or daily use guns. I am still against the idea of ports for a carry gun. I have a separate video on that and as to why. BUL Armory wanted me to try this. They're aware that I don't like the idea of ports for a carry gun. However, they really wanted me to try this one. Why is that, you ask? Well, with just a 3 1/4 inch barrel, when you put the ports there, there's still a lot of pressure to be going through those ports. And when they are 6 fine holes like this, you get a lot of pressure out there pushing. So as a result, the compensation effect is greater. This is kind of the catch-22 on porting guns. If you think about it, right, the most effective ports are going to be those that get the highest pressure put through them, i.e. a shorter barrel or further back. But those shorter barrels or further back also means losing more velocity off of the round. A long-barreled gun that's already had room for expansion of that pressure gas is getting less pressure coming out those ports, and so the ports either need to be designed more carefully, or they're just going to be frankly less efficient. Or you could do like the Canik TTI Combat and sneak a muzzle weight onto it. That's right, the TTI Combat is actually a ported barrel, not a comped barrel. It looks like it has a compensator on it. That end piece is basically just a muzzle weight that slides over the ported barrel and then helps direct gases to the side. So what does all that mean? It means shorter barreled guns give you a better chance for ports to do something. Shorter barrel guns also tend to be snappier. You end up with higher slide velocity. And that's where you get a lot of the flip. They also tend to be smaller, although that's not my problem on the ultralight. So for me, I had a gun that I have a good grip on, that I already liked, that now shoots flatter. And because of the ports and whatnot, I put the dot on there, so it became even easier. And this to me feels really like a cheat mode kind of gun. It's where, like, if there was a competition world for handguns that was still based on reality somewhat, on something carryable, you know, that made it something, let's see, you have to be able to conceal it normally, not wearing the fishing vest type thing, but like actual real carryable guns, I think this would crush in a division like that, because it certainly is a carryable gun. For 2 years I've carried a very similar model, but it shoots really darn flat. My question to you guys is, are you concerned about ports on a carry gun or not? Do you care? If not, is something like this up your alley? Is this something you're looking for? I put the enclosed emitter on here because I think enclosed emitters have a chance of being a dot that I could trust my life with, or trust more than irons. However, I've already had one fail, not an O-Sight, it was a different company, due to weather. This one unfortunately arrived after those weather factors were already gone, so we'll have to wait a year before we get to see if that happens. But it's a gun that made me think, and hopefully soon you guys will be seeing the A/B testing of this versus the regular one in a new fashion that I have not seen anyone else on YouTube do. We're going to put more data and science behind the difference between the two guns. So I'm really looking forward to filming that series. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know what your thoughts are on the BUL Armory Ultralight Pro. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Thank you to our Patreon supporters. GBGuns and I do to level. Derek S. Jr., Joseph T. Algie Tom Scott King, Brian P. Rich, Moises S. Fast Eddie, Talent 115, Marvin T. David F. Donald H. Jenna Greg K. Hey, thanks for the tip level. Daniel D. Neil Adegard, Adrian H. Mark S. Edit P. Gary C. J. E. Logan G. RBMD 2022 Campfield. Ron C. Mike NC Techno Conifemte. Ronald W. Rusty. GPC. Edward C. Michael L. Edward P. Yeah.